Hi there, friends. I'm Vasco. I'm part of the team behind the first global Scrum Master Summit. If you're a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master Summit is a place to learn, to share, and to meet new friends. We will have lots of live sessions where you can meet and network with other Scrum Masters from all over the globe. So make sure you check it at bit.ly/SM Summit and the numeral 21. That's bit.ly/SMSUMMIT21. We have 7 amazing keynotes or more, as we are still organizing the conference as I record this, and 8 tracks that feature people like you and thought leaders sharing their insights and knowledge to help you become an awesome Scrum Master. So once again, check it out at bit.ly/SM Summit 21. That's all lowercase, all one word, SM Summit and the numeral 21. I'll see you on the virtual conference floor. All right, now on to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday Leading Change episode this week with Wouter Gheysen. Hi, Wouter. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Wouter, Wednesday is when we talk about change, and change is one of those things that we always go back to as Scrum Masters. It's, in fact, something that we probably work with every day. So that's why we want to hear a story of a change process you were involved with. And we want you to walk us through that story step by step so that we may feel that we are there with you as it develops. And then as you go along, do highlight for us the tools, the tips, the tricks, the techniques that you learned at that time that you still use today.
Well, a story that I like to tell about is about in a bank. I entered the bank and I had a team which was just at the beginning of their agile transformation. And one of the, as you know, the ceremonies is the most important things is the demo or the review. And for me, it's really important to do a demo and have it done by the team because they did the work. And of course, as Scrum Master, you can do the introduction and guide the process, but I really prefer the team who does the demo. But at that time, the demo would be done in English, but the main part of the people were French speaking and not very comfortable with speaking in French, let alone talking for a big group. So we went to a change process step by step where I took the team by the hand to offer practice sessions where they could rehearse the demo. The first time I did it myself, so I did the demo to show how it could be done. But afterwards, I took them slowly through some sessions. The first time they did one or two sentence, but after a while, after 2-3 months, what we achieved was that the team themselves did the demo, and they were almost fighting between each other to provide the demo. While 2 months before, nobody wanted to do the demo. It was always, yeah, product owner, or Scrum Master, you can do it. You're better than us to do it. But that was something very small, but for the team, quite a step to achieve, to really stand in front of the stakeholders, present their work, and being proud of it. And also be able to accept feedback, because in the beginning, it's like, okay, now they will give feedback and they will say our work is not good enough, we have to change. But after some time, they really accepted the feedback to make a better product. And 2 weeks later, they were standing again against the stakeholders, providing their rehearsed or revised work, and they were very proud of it. And it was such a big change for them just to be able to speak for a group, which is not for many people still a struggle. So that's something that was a really small story, but something that I was really happy about it, that I achieved it.
Absolutely. And a great story it is indeed. So I see that there's a couple of change management and change leadership lessons here that I would like to highlight. So the first was at the first step, you decided to do the demo yourself, even though you don't think that's the best way to do it. But that kind of created, in at least as I look back at the story as you told it, I think it helped create trust between you and the team. It showed that you were there to help them. Therefore, they were more, hopefully, more willing to listen to you. But you also did something that is very important for us as Scrum Masters, which is that you modeled behavior, right? You gave the example, as they say.
Yes, it's giving the example, walk the talk. So I do it myself. And what I also expressed to them was, okay, it might be or might look that I'm very comfortable to speak for the group, but myself, I'm also a bit nervous, a bit scared. Yeah, who will be there? It will be the big management. Will the director be there? They don't know me. So I also expressed my feelings, how I was feeling to stand up against the group. So that also helped them to create a connection with their feelings, with their state, their behavior. So that also helped them. Okay, it's not only me; it's also other people. And then we got some empathy. We connected on that level, and then I could take them to the next level to try it, to help them, to coach them in the process, and at the end, yeah, they delivered the demo themselves.
Absolutely. And then the second step you talked about is that you presented them with the option to try it out. First in a completely safe setting, probably in private, right? Just you and them. And then you gave them also the opportunity to participate in the demo in small steps, like just say a few words and then maybe show something else. And then, at the last step, they were taking over the demo. I think this is also a great example, like small steps in dealing with what's uncomfortable. So rather than jumping in the deep end, to actually show that you don't need to swim yet, you can just walk in the water, get familiar with it, right, and then slowly grow the confidence so that they may themselves ask, "Hey, let me demo this."
Yes, and there's a step in between. In a team, there is always someone who is more willing to do it than the other ones. So then you try to look for the person who is most willing or most open to try it out, and then you talk with him. You give him the opportunity to try it, and that also lowers the level for the other people. And then they have something like, yeah, but if Bob can do it, I will also be able to do it. So it's not only coming from the perspective of Scrum Master, but then there's like a step in between. Somebody of the team, somebody like them can do it. So if he can do it, everyone can do it, and that also lowers the bar to try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Like it creates a certain peer pressure, right? When the first team member is able to stand up and get in front of that audience and do the demo, the others will go like, "Man, I would like to be there." And then they'll take the steps to be there.
Yes, indeed. And that's something like I already talked about. You challenge them, but at the same time, you also provide them safety, a safe room to try it out, but you're also pushing them a bit. So there's always that balance because it's easy to say as a Scrum Master, okay, you don't want to do the demos. Okay, I'll run them. I like to talk in front of people. I'll present your work, and I know it will be done in a good way. Because as a Scrum Master, if you give the space to somebody else from the team to try it out, yeah, it might not be perfect. They might have struggle about their words or say things in the wrong way or the wrong things. So you also have to let go of control. So it's easier to do it yourself, but you need to trust your people that they can do it in their way, and therefore you need to challenge them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely challenge the team while providing safety to try it out and learn. That's a good point. And there's something you just said that I would like to highlight this let go of control, because sometimes we don't let the team fly because we're afraid they might fall. But we need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. As Scrum Masters, we know that when we give the team the confidence to be in front of an audience doing a demo, like in this story, They might not do it perfectly sometimes, but that's okay because that's part of the learning journey. And therefore, we as Scrum Masters must also learn to let go of control.
Completely. And that's something that I learned from my systemic work is let go of knowing things. You work with an unknown field, you don't know what will happen. And a second part where I learned it in the past was I did improvisation theater, where you have to work with something, one word, one situation, and you have to deal with it. So there's totally no control. You can't control anything, and that also helped me in my work as a Scrum Master to just give the space to the team and deal with it. You know, they might mistakes. I make mistakes, but you know how you can deal with it. You can solve the situation, and it's all a learning process.
Yeah, absolutely. And the word process here is important because sometimes we get impatient and we try to push too much, like we talked about on Monday. But being patient and letting the process take its course is also something we must keep in mind.
Yep. And after all, in an organization, we're all professionals. We are all mature, so we now we can deal with situations, and it's also part of the learning curve to express feedback, take it, dust our clothes off, and go back again and try something else.
Absolutely. Keep going back, indeed. Thank you for sharing that story with us, Wouter.
With all pleasure.
Leading change is one of the core skills we must acquire, but it is only one of the steps towards our success as Scrum Masters. Tomorrow, on Success Thursday, we will talk about how to define success for the Scrum Master role, we'll cover tips on how to measure your way to that position, and most importantly, how to develop that focus on continuous improvement that is as important for Scrum Masters as it is for teams. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.